first. We're going to step the right foot forward, left foot back. So we've got the width of the mat. I'm going to keep the pelvis structures under. I'm just going to bend into the front knee. Straighten out the back leg. And you'll feel a lovely stretch down that back leg. Okay, then we're going to take the weight back. This time we're going to bend both knees, but we're going to keep the pelvis tucked under. So as you bend this time, you probably feel a stretch into this back Achilles tendon, so you may feel that. So again, we're going to hold that for just a couple of breaths. And then we're going to straighten up. So we're going to take the movement forwards, centre and down. So forward, straighten the back leg, centre and down. Okay, good. Now I'm going to add in some arms. So I'm going to bring the arms forwards and overhead as we stretch. Then we're going to make a soft fist in each hand and we're going to pull in as we bend both knees. So fly forwards and pull back. Good. So breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. And turn the palms, push down. I'm going to switch to the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Bend the front knee, straighten out the back leg. And then as we straighten the front leg, now bend both knees. This sequence is also called the flight of the eagle. So straighten the back leg, bend the front knee. Straighten the front knee, bend both knees. Keep the pelvis tucked under. Then we're going to fly forwards, extend. And pull back. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Good. Hold. Push the palms and release. Good. Step the feet in. So feet hip width apart. So we're going to keep the pelvis tucked under, and as we bend the knees, it's as if you're sliding down the wall. So the knees bend, we're trying to keep them as parallel as we can. So we're trying not to have the knees coming in or out, but we want them tracking over the feet. The pelvis is tucked under, and then we're going to straighten up. Okay? Now the hands are going to be in prayer position. If you have high blood pressure, or any kind of problems with your heart, then we're going to bring the hands to the heart, and when you bend the knees, we're just going to take the hands up to the centre of the forehead, and then we're going to bring them back to the centre of the chest as we straighten. So any problems with, say, heart problems, high blood pressure, then please keep those hands low and not above the head. When we take the hands above the head, it pushes our blood pressure up, so we don't want to do that if we're already in that high blood pressure category. So if you're all okay and there's no problems with heart or anything like that, we're going to take the hands overhead. So the hands are going to come into prayer position just above the centre of the crown, elbows slightly forwards. And as we bend the knees, we're going to extend the hands up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to come back to straight with the hands prayer position just above the crown. So with the breath, we're going to breathe in to extend, keeping that pelvis tucked under, and breathe out to recenter. Breathe in to bend, and breathe out to center. So you might feel this in the legs. We're starting to really activate the leg meridians and the big muscles of the legs, the big quads there. So breathing in also called a heart pump, so it's going to get your heart pumping a little bit. So again, just working in those opposite polarities. As we extend the fingertips up, we drop the pelvis down. Lovely. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lovely. Let the arms come down to your sides. Take a moment again. Arms relaxed by your side. Just notice the effects of the posture. You may feel this in the heartbeat, maybe raised slightly. You might feel energy into the hands, into the palms. You might feel into the legs, into the feet. Again, in that connection with the earth beneath. Just really breathing it into the chest space. You can bring the hands into prayer position at the heart. Lovely, and then shaking everything out, give your shoulders a little roll. Okay, then we're going to come to sit. So coming all the way down into a seated position. And we're going to finish off the practice with a couple of seated postures. The first one is going to be the seated twist, which again, great for digestive system. It's a lovely twist for the spine. It's a lovely movement energetically to allow energy to rise upward. So when we release, we get that upward movement of energy. But also when we twist the body, when we twist this belly area, it's a bit like squeezing out a sponge. So we kind of release and squeeze all of the kind of excess like toxins out of the system. And then when we release, that whole area is then flooded with a fresh supply of oxygen-rich blood. So I think of it like a little bit of a rinse and soak cycle for the internal organs. So it's really nourishing for our system. So we've got a couple of different variations with this, and you may need a couple of little props. So if you find that your pelvis is really tilted back, you might want a little bit of a cushion or a rolled up blanket just underneath the back of the pelvis. There's a couple of different variations which I'll give you, and again you can work with whatever works best for you. So the full variation is that we're going to come up onto our knees. We're then going to take the weight across towards your right side. We're going to take then the left leg over the top of the right leg so that we're in this kind of nice central position. I'm going to extend the right arm out in front. That's going to come around the left knee. And then the left arm is going to come up and over just to rest at the back of us. We're going to lift the spine with an in-breath, and then turn the head to look over that left shoulder as you twist. And then we're going to hold that for about 5 breaths. If this is not a good position for your legs, then you might want to unfold a little bit. So you may want to take that foot to the front of the shin, or another variation is just to extend that the right leg out in front and make about a hand's width between the foot and the knee, extending then the right arm around the knee and then gently twisting into that twist. There's a couple of different variations you can work with, so you decide how you would like to work, and if none of those are appropriate for your body at the moment, then you can just maybe have the knee out to the side and just take a gentle twist, or even you can do that on a chair as well. So you decide, and we're going to hold it for like 5 breaths. So if you'd like to get into a position that is working the best for you, and just get yourselves nicely centered. So I'll do the full version so that you can see. So we're going to start off actually coming onto the left side. So if you take the hips across to the left side, I'm going to bend the right knee, bring it to the front, and if you feel you can or your hips will allow, we're going to take that over the top. So we've got a nice central position, nicely centered in the middle. We're going to take the left arm around the right knee. Then we're going to extend the right arm up and overhead with a lovely stretch, so a lovely extension up through the spine. And then as you breathe out, we're going to take that hand behind and follow that hand with your gaze. So you'll feel a lovely twist through the spine. And then once you're there, you can connect with your breath. So we're going to take 5 breaths. In and out through the nose. And then we're going to release nice and slowly. So we're going to extend the the right arm up and overhead. Gently turn to release back through the center. And we'll fold your legs, come back to a seated position. Close your eyes and just allow that whole area to be bathed in a fresh, oxygen-rich blood. So all of those internal organs nourished and nurtured there. Lovely. I'm going to do exactly the same to the other side. So we're going to take the weight now across towards the right side. Take that leg over, really center yourself. Wrapping the right arm around the left knee, extend up on an in-breath, out-breath to twist.